Hey guys, what is up? Good evening. We are on location tonight and we are filming at Larundel. It's not so much Larundel anymore, it is actually a new estate. Check this out. I don't know if you'll be able to see it with the LED on, but that is a former Larundel building. I believe it was the administrative building. And it's now been converted into apartments. So we'll have a bit of a closer look at that. We saw some bathrooms in the windows there and see what they've done with the place. I'm here with my girlfriends, Malona and Mel. Say hey, guys.
Hey.
I can't get the lighting in, I'll fix that later. We're going to hopefully try and get into the main building, although I don't think it's looking very likely considering that they've put a much higher fence up. But we'll see if some of our access points are reliable, otherwise your blogs fucking suck, and we'll try and get in. Yeah, so guys, unfortunately we were unable to get into that main building at Larundel. The fence was just way too high for us to try and get over, not to mention the fact that we didn't really have the appropriate sort of gear and clothing to be able to be scaling fences and getting into any asbestos filled buildings. So we basically just spent the rest of the evening going for a walk around the grounds, just having a bit of a film and just seeing what we would pick up on camera. So not going to go into too much detail. Just crazy to think, right? Here's the old Larundel building, and then right across the road you've got these new apartments. Honey, what's the weather like? Mental. Yeah. Considering this was our first on sort of location exploration, it was more a tester just to see. So we're just walking through some of the newer apartments that Larundel has been converted into. It's actually quite nice. There's like some nice little garden. I mean, the windows are very city and picturesque. I am scared that we're going to look into one of the windows and something's going to pop up. We're heading out the back now to the La Trobe Uni part, where there are still some remaining old buildings from the Mont Park Asylum, which is essentially why Larundel was opened initially, to just cater for the overflow of Mont Park. What we would actually need to do for next time, how we'd sort of plan the night or the experience, and obviously what sort of content we'd need to be capturing and recording to wrap it all up into one nice little parcel and make it a video. So enjoy. Hey guys, we're standing out the front of the old Mont Park buildings here. Now, Larundel was essentially established to cater for the overflow of the Mont Park Asylum. So I'm just doing a bit of a spin. You can't really see too much because of the lights. These buildings are now part of the La Trobe Uni. There's not too much really interesting going on here, so we might just move on and go eat food. So I'm here with my friend Mel, and we're at the Old Brunswick West Primary School. Now, the community actually obtained ownership of the building just to essentially preserve it. Mel's just gone to poke her head in now and just see whether there's anybody there or not. Just poked her head in, the sensor light's gone on. I mean, we're aware that it's not a haunted house that's got power on. We're just wanting to know sort of what the building's been. So Old Brunswick West Primary School was actually a creepy building that I came across by chance one night coming home from the pub in an Uber. The Uber had taken me through Victoria Street, the back way, sort of Brunswick West, back home to where I am in Melbourne. And I noticed this creepy old building, and ever since I'd actually seen that, I was just fascinated to see what on earth it actually was, because despite the fact that it was quite old, it looked quite abandoned and quite dilapidated, it was still quite obviously accessible in the terms of it wasn't sort of under any structural sort of development or construction. You can basically freely walk in through the front gate and to the building itself. So we found out that this creepy building that I'd seen was in fact the Old Brunswick West Primary School. This primary school was built before the Mooney Vale Primary School in 1888, and from the front of the actual property there, couldn't see too much because it was quite dark, and there were some circumstances that probably stopped us from actually going in to explore any further, which I'll get to in a moment. But the actual building and land itself is a lot bigger than it actually looks from the street front. However, we couldn't really obtain access to this particular building on this night because the building was fully lit up, like full power. I mean, there's nobody living there. It's certainly derelict, but however, I think that it is being caretaken. I read online that apparently the community, to preserve the building and keep its heritage, actually rallied together, made their own, like registered their own company, and essentially now own it as a community to preserve the building, which is like really, really cool. But I guess I'm really interested to know, I guess, what it is being used for now. Is it like a recreational sort of facility for the community? Are there any plans for development in the future? If anybody knows if I can get any access to the building itself, I'd be really, really keen to have a bit of a walk around at night time. This one wasn't sort of sparked from any creepy stories or any sort of scary history. It was just mainly an opportunistic exploration based on a late night Uber drive home. I saw the building and thought it'd be something really, really cool to have a look at in my neighbourhood. So yeah, if anyone's got any information on the Old Brunswick West Primary School, that is the one on Victoria Street. Creepy building across from the gym and a bunch of shops there. Let me know if you can take me through. That would be even better. I'm really, really keen to check out that building. Thanks. And last but certainly not least, this one will be quite brief because I plan on going back and actually doing the ghost tour here and doing a full episode on Pentridge Prison. Yeah, so this is in my backyard, our local creep. It is Pentridge Prison. So the prison has recently been redeveloped completely into a new shopping centre, cinema, restaurants. There were existing apartments that had been developed some years earlier within the prison grounds there, and also our fave local, shout out to the Glassstone Cafe. Guys, you should really check that out. Best place for brunch, beautiful sun, really cool historic scenery and everything that it is surrounded in. It's actually right next to the old D division of Pentridge Prison, which is pretty cool. Pentridge Prison has been completely refurbished. It has been restored. It has been developed. It is insanely awesome. If you guys get a chance, you should totally go down there and check it out. As I said, I'm going to be doing a full episode of this one. Mel, my best friend's girlfriend, and I are really keen to go and do the ghost tour at Pentridge, and like I said, we'll do a full proper episode with all the history, all the facts, all the speculations around the paranormal and all the creeps, and hopefully we'll catch something on camera as well. In this video, I did get an opportunity to poke my little phone through a hole in the cell door of one of the refurbished divisions. I think it was like Division F or something. I don't know if you can see anything at all. Have a look, see what you notice. The only thing I can note is that it was really hot in there, so I wonder what it was like for prisoners, like with no aircon, because the night we went was quite mild, but it was stinking hot. Yeah. Anyway, really looking forward to revisiting Pentridge Prison.